Oh, I thought there'd be stairs leading up from the other locked door. And now I don't have enough mag picks to get in there. Wonderful. Ah, so this is where the power regulator is. So I just need one more mag pick in order to get into that locked room. I'm not finding any in the camp though, so I'll probably need to put that on hold for now. I want to check out the rest of Edgewater, see what the people are like. I want to know who I'd potentially be taking power away from. Oh geez. Ow.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
I've never actually been in here.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Did I find medicine? I think I'll keep it for now. I've got some questions for you, if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
I wouldn't count on that. So who do you work for? Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Dale serve Spacer's Choice.
Who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
So you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
Okay, she's a bit weird.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Maybe. How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Ah yes, I remember now. I've been there already. Is this the medicine you're talking about?
You been there already? And you ain't been ground down into marauder meat? Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting.
Yeah, I guess I'd rather you have it than the constable. It's all yours.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
Thanks, see you around. This place is actually quite big. I wouldn't mind a place this size. Is that a fold-out sofa? Wanted, Bertie Cotton. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution, effective immediately, for Bert Cotton. Former vicar stationed in Edgewater Vicarage, no longer in good standing with Halcyon Branch Order of Scientific Inquiry. At large and dangerous. Guillaume Gilles Antrim. Former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic, terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on grounds of unauthorized use of Adrena time. Doc Maybell Burgess. Former Spacer's Choice physician, condemned on charges of dereliction of duty. Disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of Adrena time. At large and dangerous.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
No.
You read the latest report?
Only the...
I don't know you.
That's nice. I'm Taylor.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Something going on here I should know about?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
I've met Adelaide's people. They seem decent enough.
Don't you go letting them traitors drip poison down your ear. Nothing decent about a worker who walks out on their own family. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
It's not, I guess, but I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just curious.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
So you had a dream of being a scientist. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
I was just thinking this. Asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was.
Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that I am grateful.
So you've been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Well, what's wrong with it is you wanted to do something else. I'm sure plenty other people have dreamed of running a bar. Sounds like Spacer's Choice took care of you, at least in a way that suits them.
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
Thanks for the story.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, I suppose.
What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo.
No, I don't work for any company.
You're one of those freelancers then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
I really probably shouldn't be telling people about Wells. Thanks for the chat, Amelia.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again?
You're in Edgewater.
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Okay, well, you have fun, friend. Am I allowed in here? I'm just snooping around her house, aren't I? These houses are actually pretty nice, but they're just so dirty. Why don't they clean up?
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
Okay, I'll take responsibility for her.
See that you do. I got a business to run. Edgewater ain't gonna provision itself, you know.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Right, let's see what you have.
Music to my ears.
You have mag picks. I need one. Thanks.
Something got you down?
Nothing, just don't want to fall sick. Sorry, got a lot to do. Just gotta keep our heads up.
Only you can protect fourth quarter profits. Employer rights under the Biased Labor Standards Act. Wage determined by merit of your work. Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. Halcyon Colony Department of Labor. Wow, I thought it was bad back home. What have I come to?
Just gotta keep our heads up.
This is the toilets. There's no privacy. And here's their regulator. This corporation seems horrible. I can definitely understand why people deserted.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I'm guessing you're the foreman?
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you.
I'll let you get back to work.
You're some sort of freelancer?
This is the foreman's terminal. From Art Hobson, Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Space's Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not under any circumstance distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. Personal files, last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privileges. So the company isn't giving them enough medicine for the sick, and what do you bet that was on purpose so they'll be encouraged to work harder for their share? They're putting sprats in the cans, not saltuna. Yeah, pretty sure I want to shut this place down. It's actually disgusting. You're not gonna like me for this, are you? Everyone can just go to the deserters, they have food and stuff. Maybe I should look at this first. Oh, Jesus, yeah, I need to divert the power first, otherwise it'll kill me. Wow, that was nearly a disaster. Query, geothermal facility. The Emerald Vale region is powered by the Spacer's Choice geothermal facility. Spacer's Choice is proud to bring the colonists of Halcyon moderately innovative technology at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice, the best you can afford. Can I disengage it without redirecting power? Unable to comply. The power regulator unit may not be disengaged while the transformer is active. Query, transformer shutdown. Transformer shutdown protocols non-operational. Query, shutdown protocols. In compliance with Spacer's Choice engineering and development policies, shutdown protocols have been disabled on all transformers. This is to prevent illegal tampering, upgrading, or theft of proprietary technology. Warning, please avoid attempting to modify or tamper with Spacer's Choice electrical transformer while power is active. Doing so may lead to death, catastrophic injury, and irreparable damage to the transformer. I wonder how you get in there. Yeah, let's not visit Thompson right now. I didn't read the terminal in the other office. From the office of Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator, symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as Spacers, we are expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Oh, hey, another mechanical engineering guide. Nice. So they're using one of the domiciles as a sick house. I'd like to have a look if I can find it. Barber shop, I haven't been in here yet.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I'm clean, definitely haven't been snooping around a canned fish factory.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Okay, well, I've got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Yeah, what you're describing sounds a lot like a flu.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
I know why you're not treating everyone, but in your own words.
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
The plague's been pretty good for you then.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Ah, this is the sick house.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Seen around you? Why not?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't mind.
I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
I've got some training. I could take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
All right, I'll leave you be.
You don't want me breathing on you.
Oh, they're dead.
That's odd. Take them down!
What?
Waste of company ammo!
Who's shooting?
Who is that? Nope! I just earned a fine bonus! Something's not right.
Maybe I shouldn't have left the door open. Oops. Poor sprats.
Down! Lost sight of him!
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that.
I think I've looked everywhere now.
Been eating nothing but saltine.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens here. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it, okay.
What? It wasn't marked as stealing. I have that mag pick now, so I'd like to go back to the botanical lab and get into that locked room. Zoe is still missing after all. I'll go a slightly different route. I might have missed some things over here.
Everyone all right?
This place has no sense of privacy. Plasma rifle could be interesting. I just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery, effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community center, selling rare memorabilia, but scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit, and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. Don't want those books smoldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them all away in a cave over by the river. Are these the books the vicar was after? And they're in a cave by a river. So where's this river? Probably that dark line going down the middle, right? I'm a bit too curious about this geothermal plant. I'm going to check that out first. Oh right, this is the place I came to when I was looking for Edgewater.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Hello, are you friendly?
I'm performing on areas.
Okay, time to see what this place has in store.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, let's hope. Because I don't feel particularly great about either choice.